la presentación del señor Ian McDonald, director del Instituto de Educación en Altura en Madera de la Universidad de Oregon. Bueno, a continuación y para finalizar nuestro congreso, vamos a invitar al señor David Stallcop, quien es especialista internacional de la empresa Universal Forest Products, quien expondrá sobre innovación global con coníferas americanas. Mr. Stallcop.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for those who have stayed. So I appreciate you being here for the presentation. I appreciate the invitation to come and see you and talk to you about innovation. So I have been in the wood products business now for 21 years. And I have one of the coolest, most awesome jobs in the wood products business, in my opinion. So I get to travel around the world and find new markets and new products for my company and for our customers around the world. With that job of new products and new markets, I get to see the first stages of innovation around the world. I've been to 67 countries in the last 21 years. Our company buys from 61 countries and sells to 32 countries around the world. So what I'm going to do is show you some of these new and innovative products and ideas that I've been able to experience and see and bring from one country to another country, or export from the United States, or bring into the United States. I love innovation because there's this energy behind it, an energy behind seeing new products and seeing something that's an idea yesterday come to market tomorrow and hopefully be very profitable for those companies who are innovative. Right now, around the world, in every field, they're talking about innovation. There's innovation in agricultural products. There's innovation in procurement and buying products. Even General Electric is now hiring people who have the qualities to be innovators. So the focus of the world is innovation. We want to create new products, new ideas. And what I'm going to talk about is innovation in the global wood products industry. Innovation in some cases occurs because in order to survive, a company must innovate. So what we see even down in the Concepcion area, I was in Concepcion this weekend drinking a lot of pisco sours and piscolas and enjoying the weekend with my friends down there. And I went and I saw all of these forests, that same situation as Canada, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, California, these dead forests. What do you do if you are a wood products company in these areas? You see fires in forests around the world. What do you do if you're a small remanufacturing company in those areas? First of all, you have to think about innovation. How do you use that wood? One of my close friends in Montana was almost bankrupt when the beetles were eating the trees and the fires were killing the trees around him. He made interior paneling for homes. So what he did is he took those dead trees and he made blue stain paneling. And now he sells blue stain paneling for 3 times more money than he was selling no blue stain paneling for. So he's very, very profitable and successful by innovating with what he has around them. This is a very basic example of innovation. Not just in the United States, but all around the world. I travel extensively to Asia. I've lived in Japan for 3 years. I speak Japanese fluently. Ian, who just spoke, he lived in Japan for 5 years. He speaks Japanese. So we get to see all of these different products around the world. And this recycled, reclaimed timbers is hot. But in Europe, where last week I was in Tallinn, Estonia, drinking vodka, because if you're in a country, you have to drink their local alcohol, right? So I was drinking vodka in a bar, and I asked the bartender, how old is this bar? And he said 700 years. A wood bar, 700 years old. 2 times as old as America. They do not tear down buildings in Europe, but everybody wants reclaimed used timbers. So what do you do in Europe if architects, engineers, designers want reclaimed timbers? You create one. So first of all, in Denver, Colorado on the left, let me jump into that in a minute. The slides got out of order by one. On the left, you see in Denver, Colorado, this is an innovative company, low profit company. They make pallets for packaging. Cheap product, cheap margins. They recycle pallets. They take the old boards off, put new boards on, and sell those reused pallets. They had all of these old pallet boards that they were throwing away. They are now making more money selling reclaimed pallet boards for paneling than they are selling pallets. So you can see here the knot holes. These are reclaimed pallet boards. This is here in Santiago, Chile, at a coffee shop. I don't know, have any of you been to this coffee shop here? No? Anyways, recycled timber. So in Europe, what they did, there's not enough for the demand, so a very innovative company, a printing company, they were used to printing on paper with ink. They decided to partner with some glue-lam beam manufacturers and cross-laminated panel manufacturers to print with stain on wood. So you see, this is the spruce panel here. This is a spruce glue-laminated beam. They rough it up, and then they print with stain, which penetrates the wood. So these are not real knots. This is not real cracks. This is printed on the wood. It's real wood that's new, but they make it look old with a stain printer. They even do a pre-cut laminated beam, but then they print on it, and you cannot tell it's a laminated beam. It looks like a solid, old, reclaimed beam. This product here is brilliant. This innovation is amazing. They went to Asia, bought some mango tree wood, brought it back to Europe, scanned it into their computer system. They took these panels, made them rough, and then they printed the mango wood pattern on the wood. But they went one step further. It's mango wood. They added mango smell to the stain, so you can go up to that panel and you can wipe your hand on it and it smells like mangoes. They did the same thing with apple wood and other fruit species. They go around the world and they find these pieces of wood, scan it in, and they print it. Brilliant idea. They are very excited about looking about opportunities in the United States and in Asia and in South America. So this product, you may see it here. Or if you know a buddy that has a printing company, you talk to him or her about innovating by printing with stain. So Ian talked about engineered wood products and CLT panels. This business is estimated to be a $41.3 billion business by 2022. That's a lot of money. What we are seeing with cross-laminated timbers in the United States right now is we don't have enough engineers with the knowledge for CLTs to sell it. Because a lumber salesperson cannot sell a cross-laminated timber. Okay, you have to know and understand how to speak with engineers, how to speak with the designers. It's not a commodity. Every single piece is pre-cut on a CNC router for a specific spot on a job site. innovative products. The Hundiger and other brands of CNC routers have changed the wood products industry. Whether it's from prefabbed housing to CLT panels to pre-cutting glulam posts and beams, CNC routers have helped the creative entrepreneurs of our industry create new innovative products and new innovative processes and procedures to process those products. UK architect Andrew Woe. So Ian touched on the very first CLT building in the UK and how Andrew was able to get that building built. There's now over 500 CLT buildings in the United Kingdom. Over 500. So a very short amount of time, many CLT buildings. If anybody has a problem trying to convince the city to build a CLT building in a specific area, they call Andrew and they say, we need your help. Because he's not just an innovative architect, he is also an innovative marketing man. So the City of London had this space over the subway. They wanted to build an apartment complex there, but they had one issue. To build that apartment complex with concrete and steel, it would have weighed 10,000 tons. Andrew Woe went in there and said, we cannot build a building 10,000 tons over the subway. It's too heavy. And the city said, but trees are not environmentally friendly. And Andrew knew this was going to happen. His job was to convince the city that building with wood was more environmentally friendly than with concrete or steel. So what's the best way to convince somebody is with pictures. So what he did was he showed the city council people an iron ore mine. And he asked them one question: is this environmentally friendly? Yes, steel is needed even in wood frame construction. Oops, let's see. He showed a limestone quarry for concrete. Is this environmentally friendly? Was his question. Then he went and he put 100 seeds for pine trees in the hands of each and every person in that room. And they were holding those seeds in their hand. And he said, those 100 seeds will build that 7,000 square meter apartment building. You are holding a 7,000 square meter apartment building. Is that environmentally friendly? He left the room with them approving the project to be done with CLTs. One of my very good friends in Europe works for Hess Timber. All of these products are made by Hess Timber. Hess Timber was the first company in the world to make a glue laminated beam. They made that first glue laminated beam in 1952. Within the next 30 to 40 years, so many people in Europe were making glue lam beams that Hess Timber's profit margins started going down because competition was so great. So what did they do? They innovated. And they ended up taking a glue laminated beam, resawing it, and then gluing it back together. And when they glued it back together, they put it on presses that would turn and spin and make beautiful, architectural, sexy buildings. You see these buildings now in Dubai, all throughout Europe. You see them in the UK. Hess Timber's products, they also take tropical hardwoods and they laminate it to the outside of the glue laminated beam, resaw it, then glue it back together. It's a structurally certified glue laminated beam. Hess Timber earlier this year was bought by another good friend of mine in Europe, Hosslacher Corporation. Hosslacher is now the largest engineered wood products company in Europe. They have been buying many companies over the last few years. On their website, their main focus that they want to tell all of their customers and all of their suppliers and the world is that they are innovators. they're first and foremost thinking about innovation. We want to be your solution for your innovative product and for your innovative project. They are coming up with products that nobody ever thought about. They are out there hiring the smartest engineers, the smartest and most creative and innovative designers to help them communicate better with their customers. All of their salespeople for engineered wood products are structural or civil engineers. They know how to do it. And they are aggressive to try to get into South and Central America and the United States and Asia with their engineered wood products. The United States right now, along with many other countries, we have young people who don't want to get their hands dirty. They want a desk job, right? Japan experienced this situation a few years ago. So United States, we can't find enough builders, enough people that want to build homes in America. So in Japan in the 1990s, they came up with innovative systems that you do not need to be a skilled construction worker to put these homes together. I'm going to show you a really quick video clip of one of these systems. This is it here. After the presentation, if you want to look at it, you can come and look at it. We can learn from other countries that have experienced the same problems that we experience in our own countries today. For example, the United States, the lack of skilled framers. Japan had this experience, same exact experience in the 1990s. They came up with solutions that were innovative. In the United States, we are looking at products like this, and last year, I was able to help this company that makes this product build the very first home in North America, in Oregon. Right now, the second home is being built using this system. It is the same cost as standard wood frame construction, but you can build it in half the time from start to finish. For every 100 square meters of a building, to frame it up, it only takes 1 day with 3 to 5 people. This system is so easy that if my children were stronger, they could build a 300 square meter home in 3 days. This system is now used in Europe. Softwoods has an office in Belgium. They have built over 60 power build homes in Europe now, including a 7,000 square meter retirement home in Belgium. Oh, let me see here. This system was tested on the Japanese shaker table. On the Japanese shaker table. And it tested out no issues whatsoever at 1.25 times the Great Hanshin earthquake in Kobe, Japan. I was living in Japan when that earthquake hit, and my apartment complex was destroyed. I almost didn't survive that earthquake. My liquor cabinet was destroyed as well, which was sad. But that experience, when I had the opportunity to help PowerBuild and Softwoods start selling their system in the United States, for me it was personal. We have homes in earthquake areas like California that could use this type of system. When an earthquake hits, everybody's safe. So you see in the upper left, beginning of day 1. Upper right, end of day 1. End of day 2, end of day 3. This is easier to put together than children's furniture. Everything is pre-cut on a CNC router, shipped to the job site. If you're an architect in here, you can send me the plans in digital form. I will send it to Nice Corporation. Within 6 weeks, on your job site here in Chile, you will have all of the pre-cut post beams and metal fit bracket systems. There's no nails, no screws, no bolts. All you need is hammers and really big wooden mallets. This is the construction of that home in Oregon that we built last summer. What was interesting about this project is, for speed's sake, we used European red pine glulam posts and beams. When we were done with this first home, we gave all of the calculations and everything to our engineer, and he said, if you used Oregon pine, Douglas fir, you could use 1/3 less wood because it's that much stronger than European red pine. So the second house that's being built right now in Oregon is using Oregon Douglas fir. This is that house. And then once it was built, that's the inside. This for me, again, was very close to me. I got to design this house. So to see it from start to finish for me was very exciting. And this was the house. You can see more units back here. But this is that house going up. And you can see pre-stenciling here where those pieces, XOYO piece can go on the post, can go in XOYO on the beam. So it makes it very easy to put together. If you can read, you can build a power build home. And this is that project in Belgium that is just finished. The project using European construction methods would have taken 2.5 to 3 years. It took 1.5 years using the power build system. And you can even do smaller structures. After the 2011 tsunami and earthquake in Japan, which I missed this time, I was there a week before and I went home and then it hit, 90,000 temporary homes were used this system. 90,000. And what's great about this system is you put it together and you use screws for the OSB plywood. When people move back out, you unscrew the OSB and plywood. You can take this apart, put it in storage for the next natural disaster. And creativity. With the spans you can get using the pre-cut post and beam system and the metal fit bracket system, you can have expanse. You can go 6 meters wide for an open window due to the strength of the beams. So I'm going to jump over to another product now, OSB. I talk to people all around the world about OSB, and everybody says OSB is ugly. It's only used for a couple things. It's, outside of a house or around a job site. Well, in the last year, I've been to 26 countries in 1 year. Every country I went to, in my mind, I said, I have to ask the same question to everybody I see. How is OSB used in your country? For me, OSB is like a painter's canvas, a white canvas. Your level of creativity and innovation will hold you back from turning that OSB into something brilliant. This is in Cologne, Germany. This is a bar in Cologne, Germany at the airport that I went to. And they're incorporating OSB with steel and metal and concrete. All over the world, OSB is used for so many different applications. It is actually a sexy product. Nobody would have thought OSB can be used for so many things. But in countries where they don't build any homes with wood, OSB is such an inexpensive panel that you can be as creative as you want if you have a CNC router. I mean, a sink with OSB. Incorporating hardwood with OSB for furniture. An accent wall in your bedroom or living room. Intricate designs. It's a brilliant product that so many people just have never thought innovatively or creatively to use it. In Japan, they have done years and years of studies that students who learn in an environment surrounded with wood, their grades improve 10 to 15%. So now all the schools in Japan are starting to put OSB in the back of the blackboard. So the students are sitting there looking up and they see wood. and students' grades are improving. All around the world, cities and countries are learning how important natural wood is for a student's learning environment. And so a lot of schools are now being built using wood. And here are some examples. It's beautiful. And the last thing I want to touch on here is the future, like Star Trek or Star Wars. Cellulose fiber, the fiber that makes up wood, is the cheapest raw material we have in the world. Cellulose fiber. People are now making fuel for cars or airplanes with cellulose fiber. But MIT and Oregon State University are doing research on how to 3D print with cellulose fiber. So someday soon, we may see molding and millwork, paneling, building materials being made, entire homes being 3D printed with wood fiber. The future for our industry is amazing. But it starts with you. Talking about wood construction, talking to your neighbors, talking to your aunts and uncles and cousins and children. Wood is good. Wood is environmentally friendly and sustainable. If you have a garden, you plant a carrot seed. When the carrot grows, you pull it out, you eat it, you plant another carrot seed. Same thing with the forest. The future is going to be very exciting for the wood products industry. So that's my presentation. I thank you for your time. And if you want to come see the Power Build sample, please come on up. If you want my business card, you can send me any questions in the future. I can give you my business card. So thank you very much.
Desafíos y oportunidades, ¿verdad?, para la construcción, como los que nos han presentado Mr. McDonald and Mr. Stallcop. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Stallcop, por esos materiales innovadores en madera para la futura construcción de nuestro país. Con la exposición de nuestros invitados estamos llegando al final de nuestro congreso de hoy. Luego van a recibir en sus correos electrónicos una encuesta sobre esta jornada, la cual ojalá nos puedan responder. Mañana a partir de las 8:30 estaremos para conocer las perspectivas globales de la construcción y casos de productividad internacional. Muchas gracias y tengan todos ustedes muy buenas tardes.